Folks, welcome back. Us humans are funny little creatures, aren't we? A year ago, when I made my first One Piece investing video, it basically fell on deaf ears. Sure, it got some views, it got some comments, a couple of you reached out to me, but other than that, it was pretty lackluster. We moved on, went back to the next video, and back to Pokemon. And back then, not a lot of people were interested in One Piece or other card games. They were still on the Japanese roller coaster. They were ready, they were going down the hill, and they were excited. And down the hill they went. And everyone was getting excited, in the past year about Lorcana. Oh my gosh, it's Disney, we gotta collect it. But, Disney has other plans for you collectors. They are hell-bent on making sure their card games are worth zero. And so, they're printing more and more, and I'm sure more is going to come. And look, to anyone who's been making money with Lorcana and made money with Lorcana, great for you. Flipping the sealed product, making plays with the single cards, grading them, more power to you. But I'm sure a lot of people are probably going to be getting punished coming here soon as the sealed product tanks. I'm sure a lot of the singles are going to tank. Maybe you're getting some graded, maybe you have large inventory, I don't know, but there's definitely going to be some punishment for the people who are going hard in Lorcana. Now, you guys know, I've made jokes about it, I'm not a Lorcana fan. I'm not a huge Disney fan. I do not have high hopes for the longevity of that card game when it comes to gaining value, right? Sure, maybe it's fun, I'm sure it'll be great for the kids, right? Great to collect, you can get all your favorite characters, I just don't see a huge investment opportunity there. However, fast forward to now, year later, right? Alpha Investments starts making videos about One Piece. And he starts carrying One Piece and is going to start selling it to his patrons. And now since Rudy's saying it, now the hype is real, right? The hype was already amping up, but now it's really setting in for people, right? When Rudy starts talking about it. What I mean by that is, I had to literally make a One Piece channel on my Discord just because there were too many people asking for it. They were filling up the other channels talking about One Piece, and now since I've made that, it is one of, if not the most active channel on the entire server. On a Pokemon Discord server, if that tells you anything. Not only that, I've been getting endless amounts of messages on all the platforms asking me a whole plethora of questions, everything from, to print runs, to supply, to the cards, to the future, all this stuff about One Piece. I'm getting more One Piece messages than I am Pokemon or anything else these days. So this tells me the hype is real. It's here to stay, right? They're going on set 5. Set 5 selling out faster than stores can keep it. It's confirmed by multiple stores. They can't keep it in stock. A lot of them sold out their pre-orders. It's already selling for 150s, 160s a box. I mean, they're obviously going to have to reprint it, but they reprinted Romance Dawn about 4 times. All right, Romance Dawn is still $500 to $1,000 a box, depending if it's white bottom or blue bottomed, right? Paramount War, that's in the hundreds a box, right? You got Pillars of Strength, you got Kings of Intrigue. Kingdom of Intrigue, that's still kind of lackluster. I think a lot of people were saving their money for this new set, but Pillars of Strength is still rising in value. It's in the hundreds. And so, what this tells you is, it's hard to get ahead of the hype. It's hard to get ahead, right, of the train to the moon. And it's so easy to kind of stay with the status quo, right? I mean, a year ago, remember where we were at a year ago? We're worried about Lorcana. We're still all 100% in Japanese. That was where all the hype was. And, alt arts, whatever it may be. And it's so hard to look ahead, right? It's so hard to see the future. And yeah, sure, I got lucky with some One Piece stuff because I started investing. I'll call it what it is. It's luck. I'm not some genius, but when you see, hear news start to swirl around something, right? And you start to see things sell, and you start to hear about it more and more, usually those are good indicators of, hey, this may be a good spot to park some money. And look, I did it with other things. I've talked about it before. I moved into positions in the Yu-Gi-Oh! 25th anniversary. Some of those positions I'm down on, some I'm up on, right? I mean, I don't know if you've been paying attention to that market at all, but the reprint booster boxes of LOB, Metal Raiders, Spell Ruler, Pharaoh Servant, and Invasion of Chaos. Invasion of Chaos, Pharaoh Servant, Magic Ruler, they're struggling. Metal Raiders? Legend of Blue Eyes? Metal Raiders are doing okay. Legend of Blue Eyes is doing great. I mean, it's selling for 80s, 90s a box. Could have bought those in the 60s not too long ago. But that play right there, it's like, I look ahead. I don't worry about, you know, the playability or how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is doing as a company or, you know, anything about the set, how overprinted it is, how oversupplied. I'm not looking at that. What I see is, okay, that is super nostalgic. That is the equivalent of Pokemon saying, we're going to reprint base set, jungle, fossil, stuff like that. All right? That stuff, even if they printed it into the ground, even if they made those boxes worthless for the first 1, 2, 3 years, I know eventually, right, in the future, people are going to want to go back and just open it for fun, right? Christmas is coming up. Let's just buy some boxes. Let's open it. Let's get together on a Friday night. Let's open it, right? And so that was my whole play on Yu-Gi-Oh! And hey, it hasn't been that much time. You could say I'm wrong right now. We'll see what happens. I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Fans, Yu-Gi-Oh! Collectors are going to want to continue to open that product into the future, even if it's overprinted, even if the singles don't have a lot of value. It's just fun. It's fun to open stuff that gives you nostalgic feelings of your childhood. And so, bringing that back to One Piece, though, that's kind of what I saw with One Piece, right? I looked at it, I saw how popular the anime was, right? I talked to people and heard that it was getting more players and more singles were selling, and it was gaining more popularity than any of the other card games, including Pokemon. I'm not saying it was more popular, but it was getting more attention at that time. And so, when you see those things, those are indicators that, hey, maybe I don't want to bet the farm on it, but maybe it's time to start allocating some money to this game because it has such enormous potential. And the thing is, that's why we see boxes go from $100 to $1,000 like we did with Romance Dawn, is because when things are new, right, when they're not established yet, and, you know, the print runs are probably nowhere near what Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Magic are, right? When you draw in a new market to something like that, it pushes things so quick and so fast that the gains can be so exponential, way more than what you're going to see in established games like a Pokemon, right? Pokemon's going to be the more slow, gradual gain. It's not going to have as crazy ups and downs. You're probably not going to, you know, get killed on it if you get it at the right price, but you're also probably not going to, you know, make $1 million. With One Piece, I mean, think about it, guys. You could have bought those boxes in the hundreds. They're selling for, you know, $800 to $1,000. Think if you would have went heavy on that, right? Think if you would have put a large amount of money, 50, 100 grand into One Piece. I mean, you know, you're talking life-changing money, but you'd have to have a good amount of money to invest. But even regular people, right? Even regular people putting, you know, $2,000, $3,000 in One Piece. Well, now you're getting, you know, $10,000, $12,000 payouts. I mean, it's not life-changing, but hey, I feel like it could pay off a lot of debts, credit cards, cars, whatever else you got going on, home projects. And so it definitely does make sense to try to look outside the box, even though it's hard, right? Even when, you know, the popularity and attention's here or there. It can make sense to take some of those chances. So going forward, look, brand new set, you know, it's selling real hot out the gate. 99.99 million% chance they're going to reprint it, right? They're going to reprint it. They reprint their other sets. Bandai does it. They're going to reprint it. Does that mean it's going to go to zero? I mean, Romance Dawn sure didn't. Paramount War still didn't. I mean, I don't think it's going to crash, but will there be better entry points? I would think so. I would hope so. And so I don't know if I'd run out and like rush into it. I think there will be better entries. It is something that I would want to get in, because if this continues with One Piece and it gets to their, you know, 15th, 20th, 30th set down the road, yeah, the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th set, it's going to be a big deal, right? People are going to want to own those boxes. As more collectors come into the community, they're all, like anything else, they're going to want to go back and collect, you know, get them all and all that stuff. And so, yeah, I do think it's a set you're going to want to be in. It's a very strong set. A lot of, you know, the hits, the playable cards, it's kind of off the charts. And so, it's really up to you. If you can find it at reasonable prices, which I would consider anywhere around the like $100 range, maybe up to $120 if you want to push it. But I wouldn't like move in large positions unless you're just looking for a box to collect at $150, $160. I do think they will be cheaper in the future. But other than that, guys, just keep an open mind to what's out there, even if it's not being shared by the biggest voices and it's not being the popularity and the, you know, the enthusiasm isn't there quite yet. That's all I got today. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, be back here in a new one soon. I'm out.